Hi, my name is Bintu, and in this lecture we'll understand how to face the Java interviews, what are the questions that are asked during Java placements, what are the questions that are asked when you apply for the Java programming tasks, right? And let me tell you, even the engineering students, when they go for placements and all, Java is a basic thing that is asked. Java is a very popular language, and most of the apps which are made today are Java dependent, they are made in Java, or they are made on the technologies, on the frameworks emerged from Java. So Java is the base thing that is usually asked. So that is for sure that you might be asked many questions regarding what is JVM, what is polymorphism, how the threading is handled in Java, what is the difference between abstract and interfaces. There are so many things that have been asked. I won't talk about the questions only, what are the interview questions that are asked. I'll also explain what should be the answer given for these questions. So this is a series of lectures. In this lecture, I'll talk about the first question that is very popularly asked during Java interviews, that how come the Java is a platform independent? See, what happens is that when you compile a program in C or C++, suppose in a C program you write A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10, C is equal to A plus B. So what usually happens inside is that a CPU has several registers of its own. Like for example, when you write A is equal to 5, this 5 is converted into binary code and this 5 is stored into the register called AX. This AX register is basically a pair of registers AH and AL, where AL stores the lower binary code, lower binary bits, and AH stores the higher code of binary digits. Assuming that it is a 16-bit, it's a register pair which stores 16 bits. The lower 8 bits are stored into AL register and the higher 8 bits of the same number is stored into the AH register. Similarly, when you write B is equal to 10, the binary of the value 10 is stored into the BX register, right? So when you write C is equal to A plus B, what happens is that through the data bus, the binary code in AX and BX registers is taken into the arithmetical and logical unit. It is a unit where all the processing is done, and the result is stored into CX register and then it is displayed on the machine. Now what happens is that if this program of C is compiled on a specific configuration, on a specific microcomputer, right, and this microcomputer has these registers AX, BX and specific 16 registers. When you take this exe file and try to run it on the mini computer or mainframe computer or some other computer or some other configuration, are you sure these registers AX, BX will be there in the mainframe or in the mini or another specific configuration of the computer? No. So when you try to run it over there, the exe file, the object code will try to look for the specific registers which it will never find and it will never run. So the solution came into the form of Java, which is a platform independent. What happens in Java is that it never makes an exe file. It never makes an object code like that. It compiles into a bytecode. It compiles into a class file. Now, whenever you install Java on any computer, JVM is installed. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. Now what it does? JVM is platform dependent. For every computer, for every configuration, JVM is different. It's not independent, right? Now when you have compiled a Java code on some configuration on one computer, when you move it onto a mainframe or some other computer, the JVM will do what? In this bytecode, the Java class file, it is not written like that you pick up AX register and store the binary digit of 5. No. It is written like pick up the first register available and store the binary code of 5. Pick up the second register and store the binary code of 10, that is B. So what JVM does, it maps the bytecode into the available registers. It's not hard coded, right? So JVM plays a major role in making the Java platform independent. The bytecode is mapped into the available registers configuration and the program executes. Like when you write A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10, it will go and find the first register, store the value of A, store the value of B into another available register of the same computer where the Java bytecode is running, and the result is displayed accordingly. So the answer for this question is that Java has become platform independent because of JVM, which maps the bytecode, the class file, according to the available registers. So this was the first question. The second interview question that is usually asked, that explain the first line of Java. When you run a Java program, that public static voids mean, then there's a string args, something like this. You are asked to explain this completely. This might be complicated, but in the next video I'll be explaining you this second popularly asked interview question. So it's a series of lectures in which I will tell you what are the Java interview questions that are asked and the actual reply for them. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.